Finally, the game that has been waited for so long, our opener at the Craven Cottage, we did win it, beating Fulham 3-0. Who was your man of the match? We did it, guys. We did it, and thank you for joining me once again. We'll be looking at the match reaction. What was really taking place? Who did what? Reacting to the first team, Mikel Arteta's performance, play time. Ron, I'll be taking in your predictions and of course comments, not predictions, but comments about the game. Just looking at how we started. Mikel Arteta's lineup. No one of us, expected Mikel Arteta to really bring such a lineup, but it was quite good for me. Willian started, Gabriel Magalhaes started. Almost no one actually predicted Gabriel Magalhaes to start. Most of the blogs and websites were thinking that William Saliba will start with Rob Holding and then Kian Tierney as the back three. But it was really interesting that Mikel Arteta actually brought in a very interesting team there on this evening. If you look at the players that started, Leno was in goal, Rob Holding started, Gabriel Magalhaes started, Tierney, Bellerin, Elneny, Xhaka, Maitland Niles, Willian, Lacazette, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang also started for us. And my question for you today is: who was the man of the match? Who was the man of the match? Is it Willian with 3 assists, in one game? Quite very interesting, guys. Quite very, very interesting. 3 assists on your debut, for us, is he the man of the match? Guys, get me your comments. Is he the man of the match or Gabriel Magalhaes? He scores on his debut. He's a defender. He has really organized our defense. And you guys know one of the problems we had last season was the defense. But now, you can see really, really organized what a defense we have. What a defense we have. I want you guys to get in your comments and tell me what you think about the player, the man of the match. Now, I'm trying to, get in those pictures so that you can actually see them. There we go. Gabriel Magalhaes. Is he the man of the match? Scoring in your debut for Arsenal in the Premier League, a defender, ain't easy. It ain't easy, man. Not the easiest of things that you can actually talk about. What about this guy, Willian? 3 assists, 1 for Lacazette, the other for Gabriel Magalhaes, and the other is for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I didn't include Aubameyang because he's fond of scoring for Arsenal. I want to get your predictions. I want to get your comments. I want to get your reaction. Who is actually the man of the match in this game? 3-0, decent win away from the Emirates Stadium at Craven Cottage. A very good start for us. We are leading the table. I don't know for how long we are going to lead it. Maybe Liverpool is going to smash someone, or Manchester City is going to smash someone, 6-0 or 8-0, but it doesn't matter. Right now, we are the only club with a win. You know what that means, man? Something really, really big. Something really big, and I'm really grateful. So if you want to join me today, I'm going to put a link for you there in the description. There we go. So you can join me live and tell me what you think about this game. Really interesting, piece of match, we played today. I'm sorry we didn't do the watch along, but it was really interesting. And I want to congratulate everybody, every Guna there. You've been watching the game, whether you watched it or you listened to it, it doesn't matter. We got the 3 points we wanted. A very good start for Mikel Arteta. Probably the board is going to back him with more signings because they can see he's building up something. If you have, Ban Leno in goal, you have Gabriel Magalhaes, you have William Saliba, you have players like Rob Holding, it really means something. In my case, it really means something. He's building a project, but that, could actually either go back to the Champions League this season or next season or achieve something very, very big. So guys, big up everybody. Big up. It is interesting that we won the first game against Fulham. It would be very frustrating for us not to lose against Fulham. Not the biggest of sides. Yes, I understand it's a London derby away from home, but still, it wouldn't make much sense. It wouldn't make much sense. But one of the key things I saw is Elneny is starting ahead of Danny Ceballos. If you guys noticed that, of course, I showed you the first lineup. He started ahead of Danny Ceballos. And if I'm going to think about that, I'll be like, what did Mikel Arteta think? But anyway, I want to get in your reaction as well on the stream. Tell me what you think about our first game. Were we, quite very impressive? Do you think we can achieve more? In the stream, one party. Hello, guys.
Big up, bro.
Big up, bro. Interesting piece of stuff. Beating Fulham at the Craven Cottage 3-0. I think the most interesting part is you have Willian with 3 assists. Chelsea fans are gonna be shouting, he's a Chelsea reject. He's a Chelsea reject. He has a hat-trick of assists, man. He has a hat-trick of assists. Gabriel Magalhaes, the last player we have signed. All of us thought it was too early to play him. He's back on the pitch. What do you think about, what do you make of our first, win in this season?
As you can see, it's awesome, man. I told you yesterday they are going to smash them. I told you I was confident enough to tell you. Actually, right here, I'm with a Chelsea fan. I told him about Willian. He's very, very angry. I can feel it in his face. You can look at him. We watched together. So, first half we started so slow, and actually the way we played with just a low, a low tempo. But the way we controlled the game from the back was very, very okay. And it paid off by we getting a goal that first half. So, but the second half, Arsenal now stepped up. They stepped up the game and they started hitting Fulham in such a way that they couldn't even control our attacks. They don't know who to mark because William was all over them. They don't know who to mark. Is it Aubameyang, Lacazette, or William? They were so confused.
I know, bro. Yeah.
So I'm buzzing right now. I just enjoyed the game.
Okay. Just
I'm
a
talking
second.
about the man of the match. I think the man of the match should go to. You said.
What did you make of Gabriel's first game?
Actually, I never had any doubt about him starting a match. It's just William Saliba was not in the squad today. I don't know what happened, but I even want Arsenal to start both of them. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong in getting both of them in the game. Yeah, it will make them gel together. It doesn't really matter their age. Football these days is not all about age. It's what you have in your head. Yeah. He's very, very commanding.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. He's really one defender that you can look at and you feel he has a big future, especially in the Premier League. Isaac, how are you doing and how are you feeling? Yes, Isaac. I think Isaac's internet is still trying to disrupt him, but we shall be still talking about the game. It brings in a question, Van Persie. It looks like we are having too many quality centre backs. You have Gabriel Magalhaes now, we have William Saliba, but Troy Holding is also proving to be one of the best players in the back, improving so much and steadily under Mikel Arteta. should we, really give out, Rob Holding on loan, after his performance today, or should we actually let him stay at the club and, develop further, fight for his, fight for his chances?
Bro, 100% Rob Holding is staying. I don't think Arsenal is loaning him out. 100% he's staying. He's such a good player. It's just the couple of injuries he had in the past that made him drop a little bit. But I think with time, with game time he'll be having, he'll be getting better and better. You can see
Yeah,
today he was very, very good on the air. Yeah. So you see one of the attack he made today, and Lacazette was laughing. He actually took the ball. He just dribbled two people pass on the air and gave Lacazette the ball. Lacazette was not trying to spread the ball to Aubameyang, but the defender caught the ball. So you can see him laughing.
yeah.
Actually enjoyed today's game. Yeah, they did really well.
Um, Someone named themselves 3-0 on the stream. 3-0, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, sir, baby. We won.
This is your bit. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. First and foremost, what do you make of our performance today? What do you think? Who was your man of the match, and what do you make of our performance today? This evening or this
There
afternoon?
were there were four man of the match contenders: Willian, Aubameyang, El Neni, and Gabriel. But for me, it's Willian by a mile. It's Willian. We defended really well, but we our fullbacks were a bit sloppy.
Um, I don't know who's. I think this is. All right. Um, Still digesting the match and how everything went. I wanna ask about Mikel Arteta today. This is his first full season because the last season he just came in, and this is his first full season. Um, what do you expect of him, Van Persie? What do you expect of Mikel Arteta this season? Do you think he's going to be one of the managers probably fighting for the top 4 to 5, even if he doesn't have signings, or you think it might be actually hard for him to get into the top 4 to 5 without no signings?
Well, I'm always positive about my team. I've always been a positive person. One thing I don't accept in my life is defeat, no matter what. Yeah, I love him. When Arsenal was linked with him, I was telling one of my friends, I told him that Arteta coming to Arsenal is a very good news to Arsenal. I've always loved him as a player, and he's a very humble guy, cool-headed. He knows what he wants in a player. He knows his tactics, and he tells you what he wants. If you cannot do what he wants, he will just keep you on the bench. That's one thing about him. He's a no-nonsense coach.
Um,
Yeah,
Terry, welcome to the show. The first time we are meeting, with fan cams. Terry, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much, Percy. How are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. I know you have so much to say. Let us forget the transfer window because it's still stressing us out. Let us capitalize on the little joy we have got today, beating Fulham. I think it shouldn't be, something that should make us forget that we are not good enough. But what do you make of our performance, especially with the lineup that started almost regular? Because I think Gabriel Magalhaes is the new man in there. You have
Willian as
you
well.
had Willian, another new man, and I think Lenny as well, because he has not been a regular starter. But the rest have been regular starters. What do you think about? What do you make of our performance tonight? Do you know this afternoon?
You know, when I first saw the starting lineup, I wasn't very ambitious. Like I knew we were going to get the win, but at the same time, I saw El Neni in the midfield, and at the same time, I wasn't very happy. But at the same time, can I just say that El Neni, every time he plays, he just keeps surprising me because he's getting better and better. And now, at the same time, I'm not saying that he should be a starter, but he's a good squad player that he's proven. We shouldn't send him out on loan, and I think that we should keep him in the squad. And like in general, I think that our overall gameplay was very good. We had a very good performance. Gabriel was solid at the back. He won all of the aerial balls. He made the most passes out of anyone in the team, 105 passes. He just had a wonderful. He scored a goal. He couldn't have had a better debut. And then Aubameyang, our captain, he just does what he does. Willian with 2 assists. I mean, the team is gelling really well, and we're working well under Arteta. And I think we shouldn't get too carried away, but at the same time, we should be very optimistic.
Yeah, really, it calls for a lot of optimism. Some people are going to call us deluded fans because you're gonna be happy and scream around, something like that. Chelsea fans are gonna point to us because we have a free boy who has a hat trick of us.
Mm.
I want you to talk about Willian. How do you feel about Willian? Do you see him as a regular starter this season? And do you think he's going to, throw out Pepe from the squad, or you think he's going to come in interchangeably under Mikel Arteta this season?
I think Pepe has to work hard. Pepe really has to work hard this season. If he really wants to stamp his place in the starting lineup, he has to work hard because Willian has come in on his debut and he does what he does. He gets assists and he creates chances. Like he could have scored 2 goals himself from the free kick and the one that Lacazette tapped in. So Pepe has to work hard. Willian will be a main starter ahead of Pepe.
Yeah, no, really true. Bombasti, do you think Willian should be a regular starter for us now? We bench Pepe, or Pepe deserves, another chance for a whole season. What do you think? Will you go with Willian? Because right now, it seems like Arteta is more comfortable with Aubameyang to the left and to the right is either Pepe or Willian, and then a striker either Nketiah or Lacazette. Should we drop Pepe or will we give him another chance?
Actually, it depends on the formation the coach brings in each game. If he uses 3 at the back, I think Willian suits the formation more better than Pepe. But if he's playing a 4-3-3 formation, that gives Pepe room to come in. I think Pepe is more suited in that formation more than William when you are playing a 4-3-3 formation. But if he's playing 3 at the back, then William is just the starter. There is no doubt about that.
I feel like Pepe doesn't do enough defensive work. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
But
that's why I'm saying if he's playing 3 at the back, is William. Then when he's playing a 4-3-3 formation, then it's Pepe.
Yeah, because Pepe needs space. He needs space to dribble. But did you see what Ceballos and Pepe did when they came on with the skills? Very impressive.
I am going to ask you this question. I'll start with Terry. Basing on our performance today, what are the additions we need now? Like, what are the crucial additions we need before the summer closes? Just looking at the way we play today, and just like that.
I think we really need another creative midfielder. Like we need our over a party. But at the same time, if Xhaka gets injured, we need a party. So we need both of them at the same time. But if we had to choose one, I think we have to secure our first so that we can get more creativity. I think our new additions at the back, then we haven't seen Saliba and Gabriel together yet, so we don't know how good they are defensively as a pair or as a three. But they have so much potential that we can agree to a certain extent that at the back we are more solid than we were before. So we need more creativity going forward rather than defense.
Bumpasi, looking at how we've been playing today, looking at our performance, what are what are the areas? What are the key areas we need to improve? Where should we recruit in the summer? In this summer, in the remaining days.
I think what we just need now is we need two players. Right now, that's what we need. We need a central attacking midfielder and we need a defensive midfielder. That's the two key players we need to add to that squad. Then, with the way today we didn't see Emi Martinez at the squad, that shows that he's leaving us now. So we need a backup keeper for Beleno. I think that's all.
Okay, three players: a defensive midfielder, creative midfielder, and then the backup goalkeeper for Burnley. No, what a simple summer
Yeah.
that would actually be. Yen. We have had so many things, but I want to ask. Bellerin played today as well as Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That means Bukayo Saka, didn't start. He was, he's one of those regular starters in Mikel Arteta's, team. And I'll start with Terry. What do you make of Saka? Do you think he's going to be one of those players that are going to get regular starts, or the coming of Willian, and then of course the battle between Willian and Pepe is going to really affect him? What do you see about Saka this season?
No, I think Saka this season will be more of a Europa League player, but like at the same time he'll still get his Premier League minutes. He'll more now be a player that will be an effective player coming off the bench rather than starting. Because last season we didn't really have the depth, but now we have Willian, we have Pepe who can start, and then once those players get tired in the 70th minute or so, we can bring on Saka for the last 20 minutes, something like that in the Premier League. But I think in the FA Cups and Europa League, he's going to be a starter.
All right. Babasi Saka, one of the best three players who played with, nominated last season for us, no? Leno, Aubameyang, and Saka. Do you think he's going to drop out of the pecking order? And would you actually be happy when you see him on the bench playing the Europa League, or still you would keep him as part of the starting lineup in the EPL this season?
Well, bro, let's not forget here that we have a lot of games to play. We have a whole lot of games to play. And that in the middle of those games, there will be fatigues. Players will be having injuries. So we having players who can replace them is a good news. So you have Saka. When a player like Willian gets injury, you see that you have a potential like Saka. You'll be happy as a team. So it doesn't really matter to me who starts.
I agree with what Van Persie is saying, because at the same time, if Willian was to get injured, if Saka comes on, like as fans, we're not going to be that disheartened because we know what he can do. So we'll still have confidence in him to come and do a job for the team.
Yeah, but my concern was he has been a player who has been used to, starting for Mikel Arteta, one of those, people up in the pecking order. Don't you think this is going to affect him in some way? He's no longer a starter. Don't you think, this is going to affect his form? Probably was because he was really progressing at a very high speed. If you look at the last three games we have played against Liverpool, against Leicester City, I still remember against Manchester City. He has been one of those players that are really had progressed so much. Don't you think dropping out of the pecking order is going to affect him in some way? I'll start with Bassett.
Actually, I don't think it will affect him. I don't think it will affect him. It depends on the mentality of the player. But I think Saka is someone who is brilliant, and he keeps his head down, and I don't think it will affect him. He's not the kind of player that raises his shoulder up, that always want to play. Maybe if he's not in the game, it will affect him. No, I don't think so. He When he sees someone is actually putting him on the bench, he wants to, try hard. He wants to work hard to make sure he gets into the game. Because when you see somebody is being picked ahead of you, the only thing you have to do, the option you have, is to work hard to be better than the person. That is what required of you. So I don't think it will affect him because, you know, when you look at a team like Liverpool and Man City, you see some of the games they have a rotation. They rotate some players in some games. So I think that's what Arteta is coming in to do this season. So there will be some games that he will rotate some players. Some are not going to feature, while some will feature in the game. So that's what we are going to see in this season. So I don't think it will affect him.
All right. That is also quite very interesting. And I'll cross over to Terry. Terry, there is this saying that when a player doesn't get much playing time, at times it affects him, and that's the line in which I'm asking this question about Bukayo Saka. Do you think him dropping out of the pecking order could actually affect him in any way?
I don't think it will affect him because at the same time, although he has talent, he is a young player. Let's get that straight. He is a young player, so he was never designed to be a starter at Arsenal right now. He was only a starter due to our personnel that we had at the squad at the time. So we didn't have enough depth or quality. Let me not even say depth. We didn't have enough quality at the front. So we had to start a youth player, an 18-year-old who had enough quality and enough brilliance to even show the talent that he had in the last whatever games he did, and as many assists as he got for the team. But at the same time, with Willian and Pepe now, or fighting for positions over there, I think it's good competition. But at the same time, Arteta has great man management, so he'll keep Saka in the corner of his eye and be checking on him at the same time, and just motivating him to work harder. And at the same time, Arteta said that he doesn't want any of his players to be happy. He wants them to work hard and compete for places. So if we have
Yeah.
competition in all places of the team, it's just good. So you have to show your worth in order to get into the team. And I just feel that it's good pressure.
Yeah. What an interesting, um, piece of submission. Anyway, now I want to get to the hard part where we have to talk about we our first 10 games. Of course, they are very hard. You have Liverpool in there, you have Manchester City in there, I think, and United. You have almost five top six clubs in our first game, and of course, we have a very good start. Terry, what's your prediction of our first, 10 games? Where will we be in our first 10 games? After our first 10 games, when we have Liverpool in there, you have City, you have Leicester City, I think, you have
Have you
Manchester
have, have
City
you
as well.
have you
You
got
have
the
West
fixture
Ham.
list? Have you got the fixture list near you? And then I'll go through game by game and tell you.
Yeah.
Have
All
you got
right.
the fixture list?
Um, I have it online. I don't have it, hard copy, but
Okay.
I
Okay.
can, get it here,
Please.
right here.
So far, I can say we have 3 points, as is
Mm,
confirmed. Our next
yeah,
game, West Ham, I expect us
yeah.
to get
Our
three
next game is
points.
West Ham.
I expect us to get 3 points. Liverpool, minimum, I want to see a draw. I want to see us get a draw in that game. I don't know who is after Liverpool.
Let me just get them here. Let me just get it here. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. We had Fulham. West Ham is the next game. You have Leicester City. That is the EFL Cup. But the third game is Liverpool. Fourth game is Sheffield United. You have Manchester City. You have Leicester City. You have Manchester United and Aston Villa.
So out of a
That is
possible 18, I think it's 21 points. Oh, what? First 10? Is that the first 10 games? Okay, I'm expecting us to have at least 25 points.
25.
Yes.
25 out of the possible 30.
Yes. Which means drawing 2 games, potentially against Manchester City and Liverpool. We're going to beat United. I don't think United's team is, well, they might have a better squad than us, but they definitely don't have a better manager. You can have a great team, but if you have no man management, what's the point of having a great team? So I think out of the top 4, we're going to beat Chelsea, Man United, and we'll probably draw with Manchester City and Liverpool.
Okay. Bumpasi, what do you think about our first 10 fixtures? We have already won the first one. We have West Ham, we have Liverpool, we have Leicester City, we have Aston Villa, United, Manchester City. There is Wolves, there is Leeds, Sheffield United. Almost the top 6. We are playing almost the top 6 in the first 10 games. Where do you think we will be basing on the performance we had today? If we keep up the momentum, do you think we can actually win all of them, or we can, get at least 25 points, like like Terry thought?
Well, like Terry said, he said 25 points, but actually I see more than that. I'm seeing 28 points. I see us now only dropping 2 points in those games. And I'm very, very confident that Arsenal will beat Liverpool.
Arsenal will beat Liverpool. That's a big
Liverpool.
statement, right?
Yeah, I see Arsenal beating Liverpool and Manchester United. I think the only draw we are going to get there is Man City. But Liverpool, I'm sure we are going to beat Liverpool.
All right. I want to get in the thoughts of Arthur as well. Arthur, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good as well.
Well, I'm live from Uganda.
Okay, thank you so much for joining the stream. Your thoughts on today's game and the 2 new boys that were really, really perfect today.
Well, Willian. Willian, I wouldn't take a moment with you. I'll go for Willian. Okay, technically, he was the missing machine in our team. And Gabriel, they were really, really perfect. I'll choose Willian and Gabriel, and probably I'll go with Willian as my So I'll go with Willian as my man of the match.
Willian as man of the match.
Yeah.
Today's performance, what does it mean? Does it mean we are title contenders? Does it mean we are top 4 contenders? Or, it's just a short-lived, happening that could actually, walk away out of our sides, just like last season. I think we began with a win against Newcastle, Aubameyang scoring that, the opener and the winner of the season. Do you think we can continue winning? Are we really convincing, or it was still luck?
So I think we are good to go. If we keep up the performance, it will be a really good run. So, and technically, if you look at Jaka coming on and Ceballos, the coach is still maybe figuring out something, and I think at the end of the day, we shall be good to go. We shall be holding a place in the Champions League, and probably we are good to go if we keep on the pace.
Who would be your 2 additions if basing on our performance today, and you're given a chance to getting 2 additions in this summer? Who would they be?
Well, I think what we need to do is to maintain Emiliano Martinez. We shouldn't let him go.
All right.
And let us get Partey. I think that will be a good way to go. If don't base on Willian playing full time, remember he's 30 and above. If he's 30 and above, you don't base on him. So let us get Partey and let us maintain Emiliano Martinez. So let us not be convinced by, Leno being on, Leno is starting to get sick. So we expect guys to knock him. They know he can simply get sick. So maintain Emiliano Martinez, and secondly, get Partey at whatever cost it may take. Then get a good team selection. Getting a good team selection, the people who are supposed to play, and the people who should come on. We are saying Ketia, getting something in the under 21 in England. So maintain the boys, give them whatever it needs, whatever it takes, and we are good to go. This is our year, man.
Interesting. This is
Okay.
our year. Very. This is our year.
Can I
So that is
can
what
I just
Arthur
say
thinks.
something?
What do you think about
Can
that?
I just want to say something about what Arthur said.
Okay?
Arthur said Willian is 30 and above, but look at Messi, look at Ronaldo, look at Lewandowski, look at Aguero. All of them are 30 and above, but if they're fit, they start every game for the team. So why can't he play all of these games?
Yeah, and I think most
And
of the top strikers around Europe are 30 and
30 and
above.
above.
Yeah, but anyway,
yeah,
that is. But guys, what do you make of our decision to let Emi Martinez go? I'll start with you, Arthur, because you're the last person to come on, and you said you want to keep him. How would we handle the pressure?
well,
Leno wants to start. He's a decent goalkeeper. You have Emi Martinez is a decent goalkeeper as well. How would you convince the two to stay in the same team, without letting either go?
I would think that it's something like managerial work. Let Leno hold the Premier League, and let it be on credit for Emiliano Martinez to handle the Europa League and FA Cup. Those are good goals. We have seen Buffon on Juventus holding the league for Jack's prison. And if Buffon can sit, then Leno can sit. Emiliano can sit in the Premier League, to come in the few when Leno gets sick. And remember, we must exactly fight to hold Emiliano Martinez on our side. Look at the two cups, the two silverwares we have. They are all from Emiliano Martinez. So I think let the management do whatever it takes. Hold Leno on. Hold Martinez on. If we can see Buffon sit on Juventus, I think we can convince. You know, Apollo was saying something about the Willian 30 and above. Remember, he's a Brazilian, and if he's a Brazilian, we have seen Brazilians fake years. You get so Brazilians are like Ugandans, man. They're like Ugandans. Those guys fake years. You might even get
True.
confused when Martinelli is 20, but
Okay.
I'm 25. Yeah, sure. So
Um.
that is my take about Emiliano and.
Thank you so much, Van Persie. Other things we should keep both Leno and Martinez. Martinez wants to leave. Probably, he has agreed a deal with Aston Villa, personal terms, verbal personal terms. Um, who would you be your replacement of Emi? Because we need someone who's quite decent, and we are linked with David Raya as well as Ariola from PSG. Who would you be your, best and perfect replacement of Emi Martinez? If he left.
Yeah, I think the David Raya is the possible replacement. I think he's the one coming in because um, the news I had yesterday is the goalkeeper is planning to submit a transfer request.
Mm.
Actually, Brentford are saying they don't want to sell him, but the guy is anxious of coming to Arsenal. So he's planning to submit a transfer request to come to Arsenal. But as for Emiliano Martinez, it's not actually Arsenal's decision to let him go. His
Yeah.
decision of trying to become the first stopper in Arsenal. which I don't think is ever possible.
You know, I
Yeah.
think I think he deserved it. For me, I think he deserved it because he has been at the club with for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you, Terry, 10 years of playing for us. Does he deserve to go like that, or should we give him the opportunity?
I mean, I think deep down, Emiliano has Arsenal in his blood. Arsenal's in his DNA. He wants to stay, but at the same time, you have to look at his future. He wants to play for Argentina in the competition that they have coming up in 2021 or whatever it is. So he needs regular football at the same time. So if Arsenal can't guarantee him first team football, he's going to have to make the move. And he has to look at even the contract we offered him is still less than what Aston Villa are offering him. So you have to look at it. Do Arsenal really value him?
So,
You know, it's a big question. You know, I don't know how Aston Villa gave him a bigger offer than us. I thought we would actually give him a bigger offer because it showed that he wanted him. Mikel Arteta had talked to him and was willing to stay, but maybe the offer was not just good enough. But I still think we value him, but maybe it's just like it's just like the party deal. We undervalue him and we underrate him, and that's the reason as why he's going to leave the club. At the end of the day.
But what do you think about us selling? Because I know at the same time we're going to sell Martinez and we're going to use that money to fund either our or party. But what do you think if we didn't buy a backup goalkeeper and we promote Matt Mason and saved our money?
Yeah, I thought about the same thing. 20 million could be quite decent money. You can add something like 25, then go into Pate. Probably you can trigger his release clause because it's around 46, 47 million pounds, which is 50 million euros. Or you get that money and pay it front cash for hour, and then you start doing the installments. I think it could be quite decent, but we are it's a big gamble. It's a big loss. Emi Martinez is a big loss. Not so many clubs have a backup goalkeeper who is as quality as the starting goalkeeper.
But if he goes to Aston Villa, is he going to prevent them from getting relegated?
I can't say that, but I think he's a goalkeeper worth 25 points in a season.
25 points.
Actually, I want to
That's
chip in
almost
something.
okay.
I think Brighton came in for him and came with the same bid. Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
I
news
think
came in. The news came in. The news came in yesterday night. Brighton came
yeah.
in with the same bid.
Yeah, but I think he might snap Brighton and he might go for Aston Villa because I think really Villa is more reputable than Brighton, and it would be a better destination to play for at the Villa Park than go to Brighton. That's what I think.
But Brighton is 70% sure to stay in Premier League than Aston Villa. Yeah,
Exactly.
let's be honest.
Maybe if he's
That's
looking at
just
that,
it.
They finished
yeah,
higher
maybe.
they finished higher last season than Aston Villa.
Let me bring in the last topic, and then we close this. I'll start with Arthur. Arthur, our defensive problem is solved with Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Our defensive problem is solved.
so I think if you have Saliba with you, and remember we get a partnership of we had Pasolini and Metsaka back then, and probably if you have Saliba and Gabriel, remember these are very young and talented. So the problems are not yet solved because, as well, Saliba is, we'll be having his debut, and Mael is as well had his debut, and I think let us give them time. The defensive problems are not yet done. They are not done. Really, they are not. So we have
All right.
we look, yeah, sure, but
Right.
probably we expected this.
Okay. Terry, we have we have the quality, but we have we lack the experience in the back. But you know, by the look of things, we are better than the way we were last season. Because last season we were really, I don't want to say crap, but we were really bad. Do you think our defensive woes are
Yeah.
getting solved?
Like,
By the look of things.
It's tough to say because it's only the first game, but from what I can see, so far so good. Like, but I really want to see a back three of Saliba, Luis, and Magalesh as early as possible, so that we can build a partnership between the three of them. And also off the pitch, the great teams always have good connections in terms of their position units on the pitch, off the pitch. Like if you look at the Invincibles,
Exactly.
the Tony, the the midfield positions, the striker positions, and the defensive positions, they were all very close off the pitch, which gave them a good connection off the pitch. So I want these guys to build a good connection and create a strong brotherhood and friendship, and that will show that they will fight for each other on the pitch.
Okay. Um, Crossing over lastly, Van Persie. And of course, I want to thank everybody who has been on the show for smashing the like button as well as getting in your comments and those people who have managed to come on the stream. Van Persie, William Saliba, and Gabriel Magalhaes, are they fit to play together? Do you think when they play together, Arsenal defense will be intact and up to the standard?
I think they are good to go. What Mikel Arteta should do is just bring both of them to start against West Ham. Let's see what they bring. Yeah, let's see what they bring against West Ham. Then we can kick on
It's
from there.
it's it's true what
Yeah,
Van Persie's saying
because
because
I don't see
you
the
only
reason
learn
why
from being
I,
so.
I don't see the
No, go
reason
on,
why
sir.
you leave one out on the bench and play one. There is no way both of them can have that connection since you bought both of them to solve the defensive problem we have. So you need to put two of them straight away in the game.
Um,
That's
of
what
course,
I feel, and that's
yeah.
exactly what it is.
No, if you look at Gabriel Magalhaes today, he was all over the defense, but he's a ball playing centre back. William Saliba is another ball playing centre back, guys. I don't know if you have noticed that both of them are ball playing centre backs. Plus David
Yeah,
Luiz.
yeah, yeah.
How do you think? Because if you look at Rebuilding is doesn't have much to do with the ball. He wants to get it away, clear it, and or give it to the seniors who can actually make use of it. And that's the reason as to why I think Mikel Arteta brings him with Gabriel Magalhaes today. How are we going to deal with that problem? Two ball playing centre backs playing in the same defense. That could be that could cause a lot of problems with clubs that are good on playing at the break. Clubs like Manchester
Exactly.
United, clubs like Crystal
Liverpool.
Palace that have very very fast running wingers and attackers. What do you think about that, Terry?
Well, I didn't even think about it at the same time. So you actually brought it up. So I'll give you that one because if you add Luis in that, he's also a ball playing centre back, and that just makes it three ball playing centre backs at the back of the defensive line. But I can also say that I mean not Luis, Gabriel and Saliba, they're good defenders outright. So although they're playing centre backs, as you can see today, Gabriel Magalhaes in the first 6 minutes, maybe for me he was a little bit shaky. He gave away a few passes, and I wasn't too sure. But he grew into the game. But I think through time and through learning, the only way you learn in the Premier League is being thrown in the deep end and just finding out how to swim.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to learn how to swim. So They have to learn. It's going to be tough. There are going to be some ups and downs, but at the same time, as fans, we have to know that these guys are young. They're inexperienced. They might be experienced in the French league, but the French league is no comparison to the Premier League. So you have to give them time and let them blend in. But I think there'll be good signings for us.
Right. Just finally, West Ham prediction. What do you predict? What you predict, Thierry? I think we can win it 3-1. I think we can use the confidence we got today to beat up on West Ham, especially by the fact that we are going to be at the Emirates. What do you think? What's your prediction? In that.
I'm thinking 4-0. We need another clean sheet. I'm thinking this is going to be the season of clean sheets for us.
4-0.
Yeah,
So, Empathy, what do you think as we conclude? What do you think about what's your prediction? West Ham, do we go with the same morale, beat them, and then continue the winning streak? Are we going to face a setback? What's your prediction there?
I'm adding 1 goal to his scoreline. West Ham has no chance.
4-0.
They have no chance. Yeah, I'm adding 1 to it, so it's 5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
Okay. What an interesting stream it has been. I think I've forgotten about Aubameyang. He scored today. Is he a Golden Boot contender? Terry, is Aubameyang a Golden Boot contender this season?
He has to be. There's no way that you can count him out. He's going to be up there within at least 1 or 2.
How many goals?
I think this season he's going to score more than last season. I think 25, 26.
25, 26.
In the Premier League alone.
Oh, yeah.
In all competitions, maybe 39.
22?
No, yeah, he's got 22 in the Premier League, but 30 in all competitions.
Oh, yeah. Vampasi, your take on Aubameyang. Is he gonna win the boot? He started scoring right away. Probably if he scores every game, he's gonna score 38. But of course, that's at times hard. Do you think he's gonna win the boot?
I mean, is this actually a debate? It's not actually
exactly.
a question.
I like Van Persie.
Actually, it's not actually a debate. I see him getting 28, 30 goals in Premier League. Because against West Ham, he's going to get a hat-trick.
I'll ask Arthur as well. Arthur, what do you think about Aubameyang this season? How many goals do you expect out of him? 20, 25, 30?
Well, sorry, my network was up and down, and sorry for that. Camera was on and off.
Yeah.
Well, when you have Willian and Ozil playing together behind Aubameyang, trust me, we can have something like 30 goals for Aubameyang. Probably I would say 30 goals plus. If you have Ozil and Willian behind you, and Partey, if you sign him, or maybe Julian Draxler, or probably if you have the mechanical team of Willian and Ozil behind you, let us give him 30 goals plus as a team.
All right. Majid says hello, brother. Majid, connect again, please. Connect. I would love to hear from you. On this stream as I close. Majid, please connect again. So, Terry Van Persie, Arthur says 30 goals for Aubameyang with Willian and a good number 10. 30 goals, isn't it that too? Isn't that too much? Or because most of the goal scoring, players there in the Premier League and in Europe are 30 plus. Maybe that's the reason as why he's giving him a lot of goals.
I mean, it's not unrealistic. It's definitely doable. But you have to look at the teams that are scoring the top goals. Raheem Sterling scoring top goals because he has someone like Kevin De Bruyne in his team. Who else is scoring top goals? The Man Uniteds, they're not really scoring top goals, but they did when Bruno came. And that's because he's supplying and he's also scoring all the penalties that they get. But all the top teams, they always have that creative player in their team that will help them. create chances. So, but Arthur made a good point. I actually forgot about Mesut Ozil. I'm surprised that I even forgot that he still plays for the club. But I really want Ozil to come back into the team. I think in his last season he will show something. But at the same time, he doesn't really fit into the style of play that we play nowadays.
But still, uh, we will need someone who could actually, help Aubameyang with scoring. That could be either a goal scoring midfielder like a number
Yeah.
10, or it could actually be um, a player like Lacazette. And I'm going to ask this. Let me start with Arthur because he has reconnected. Arthur, Lacazette, scored today. Do you think it's going to give us another, a good season? Because ever since he signed from Lyon, he hasn't been the player we have always wanted to see on the pitch. What do you think about Lacazette? Do you think he's going to give us some 20 goals, maybe 20 goals this season?
Well, remember, Lacazette is under panic. He's under panic. If you see him play nice, he's under panic of maybe leaving the club. They're going to sell me. They're going to give me off to any other club if I don't play good. So, well, remember when a player is under panic, and if I expect Ozil to give me 20 assists in a season, he will be under panic if they bring on Willian. So we expect Lacazette to give us more than 10 goals, it may be 15 plus. And if he's under panic and we keep the connection, remember, if you have Aubameyang and Lacazette with you as the striking force, and you have Willian and Ozil behind you, these guys, if Aubameyang misses, Lacazette can simply take it in, and we expect maybe Lacazette to give us maybe 15 goals plus. That will be my take about Lacazette.
Lacazette, 15 goals plus. Wow. I'll start with Van Persie because he puts on the name of the former striker at us. One of those players that really scored for us huge amount of goals before leaving for Manchester United in that season. What do you think about Lacazette? He's 29, and probably this is the time he has to to prove that he's worth being at Arsenal. Van Persie. Do you see him using this chance this season?
First of all, I just want to put this question. How many goals did Roberto Firmino score last season?
Roberto Firmino, 8.
8. And how many did Lacazette score?
9.
Lacazette, I think 10 in all competition. Yeah, 10 in all competition.
9.
Actually, out of
Now,
29
there's
appearances.
something.
It's 4.
You watch Lacazette in Arsenal and Firmino in Liverpool. They're playing a similar role in both teams. It's not all about the goal they score. It's all about what they do in that team. Not all about the goal. There's something special about them that when you take them off the pitch, you see it coming up that these people are missing. You can see Lacazette today. You see his hold-up plays. You see his link-ups. Whenever he gets the ball, he looks up. He's looking for Aubameyang. You see that connection with Aubameyang. I mean, that's actually what every team wants. Not all about the game he scores. If he can create chances for others to be scoring, then we are winning games. There is no problem.
Okay, Terry, Lacazette, should he just create chances for Aubameyang? Should we expect 20 goals out of him? Is he an average player? What do you make out of him, and what do you think? What you predict his season is gonna be?
I mean, I think this season he's going to get us 12 12 to 15 goals. But I don't know if you remember one time on the stream, I wrote Lacazette equals lack of threat.
Yeah, yes, I
So,
still remember.
so this guy, he has no threat game. He has good hold up play, but threat in the box, he gets tap-ins, and he has one-hit wonders in his locker. So he can bang the ball from outside the box, but how many times does he do it? It's once in a blue moon. But as Arsenal fans, we always try to dwell on things, and we're too sentimental as a club. I think we need to get rid of him, get in Edward, but I don't think that's going to be this season. I think that's going to be next season. But at the same time, he has good hold up play. But I don't think Arsenal's ever had like a second route striker, like like a Mitrovic. We don't have someone like a Mitrovic. We've never had that tall player that we can bring off the bench, so we can
One
cross
did
the
not
ball in and
under
score goals.
One did
Like
not
I think we need to
under
look into that sort of striker going forward. But one that also has the ability for hold up play and creative play as well, because Arsenal's a creative team.
Okay. Majid is on the stream. Majid, are you there?
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Welcome.
stream. I really missed you, and I was like, why did Majid come? Finally, you're here, brother. I want your take on today's game against Fulham, 3-0, first game of the season. Did you watch it, and tell me what is your take on this game? How did we perform in your eyes?
We look much better, much stable. Everyone looked like they knew what they were doing. It was much better because Arteta's brought a new style to the team, which wasn't there under Unai. And then I think Lacazette was crucial in this game because he was creating chances. But I mean, when you think about it, there's 11 players, and you can't really bench one of your best in Pepe. So if Lacazette doesn't score 13, 14, we can put Aubameyang up front, Willian on the left, and Pepe on the right. Because Lacazette needs to be more consistent than he is. One game he'll just hold up. One game he'll just play hold up play. One game he'll score goals. And then when with Pepe, he can get assists, and he can finish from outside of the box.
Yeah.
That's the difference between. I think Aubameyang will score. We need Aubameyang's going to be our most important player this season, and I think we definitely have a lot of injuries in the back. So I think someone like Saliba will be crucial.
Yeah.
And then
yes, go ahead.
No, continue, because it's fine.
What are your thoughts on Gabriel today, Majid? I even didn't, put him in my predicted lineup. I thought Saliba would be there, but I was surprised by Mikel Arteta, and the player himself surprised me as well. What do you think about Gabriel's performance today? And we've been having a very big debate here that he's a ball-playing centre-back as well as William Saliba. Do you think both of them can partner together? And if both of them are going to partner together, who are we going to compromise? Are we compromising Saliba, make him another, another Kolo Toure, sit in the back and, restrict your movements, or we should actually restrict the movements of Gabriel Magalhaes?
When you look at it, Gabriel was a bit shaky today. He wasn't 100%, but he was also very good. He was a bit shaky at times. So I think he needs time to get used to it. So I want to play someone like maybe Saliba alongside Holding on the back with Tierney on the left center back position. Because I feel like Gabriel's a bit shaky because obviously he hasn't played in a really top league yet. He's only played in the French division, and I think we should give Gabriel a bit more time.
But Saliba has also been in the in the French League One. Actually, both of them are coming from the French League One, and
I don't know, but there's something about Saliba. I was watching a bit of the French League One last season. Gabriel can be shaky at time, but when I look at Saliba, he was completely solid. So I think we can until David Luiz doesn't get fit, we should start Saliba and Holding.
We should start Saliba and Rob Holding. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being on the stream. Thank you so much. My man of the match, surprisingly, is not Willian, is not Gabriel Magalhaes. Although I thought they were the most interesting and they deserved the debate, but I don't think I'd go with them. My man of the match in this game is Ban Leno because he kept my clean sheet and basically I want Leno to start every Arsenal game. I see something big in him. He hasn't disappointed me at one point in time. And as we close the stream, I want you guys to give me just one word for Leno. Terry, one word for Leno as we leave the stream.
Exceptional.
Yep.
Exceptional.
Exceptional. One Passy, one word for Leno.
Superb.
And Majid, one word for Leno.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for being on the stream. I'll be doing a transfer video. I'll be talking about Hudson Edward, as well as I think if I find anything interesting to talk about him, I'll talk about him, but mostly Hudson Edward and Stefan El Shaarawy, the club that we want to bring in. I don't know what you guys think, but late in the night, I might stream and we shall be talking about El Shaarawy and Hudson Edward. Otherwise, have a blessed day.
Big up, bro.